What if you had the resources you needed for your mental health right at your fingertips? Imagine a world where our mental well-being is prioritized just like our physical health, and where we have access to the tools and support we need. That's exactly what the Make Mental Health Matter show is all about. Join Kelli Melissa Reinhardt, a true warrior for mental health, founder of Make Mental Health Matter nonprofit, author, and wellness coach. This show is your gateway to breaking down the stigma surrounding mental health. Tune in for enlightening conversations, expert insights, and empowering stories that will not only increase awareness, but also provide education about mental health. It's time to have those hard conversations, prioritize your well-being, and make your mental health matter. Your mental wellness journey starts here.
Welcome to another episode of the Make Mental Health Matter show. I am your host, Kelli Melissa Reinhardt, and my to wear makeup or not to wear makeup? That is the question, right? Ladies and gentlemen, there are multiple men that also wear makeup. Rock stars, transgender, cross dressers, right? So I don't know. This subject popped into my head, and I was like, let's talk about this. And you're probably listening and saying, why or what does this matter with mental health on a mental health show? Well, there's a lot behind it. So I thought we would take a moment today to just talk about this concept. And I think it's been coming up for me more lately, just the older I get. And it feels like, so when I was younger, it was like this thing to get ready, do my hair, do my makeup, look all fancy and pretty. And as I get older, I'm like, it's so much work. Why? Why do I have to do this? And there are days that I go now, which I would have never, ever, 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 like in my younger years, unless I absolutely had to leave the house without makeup. And I say that because I personally have really dark circles under my eyes, and I have ever since I was younger. I never really figured out why. I know there's a lot of research behind it. I'm pretty sure there's probably a deficiency somewhere that I haven't figured out. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. So leaving the house without makeup was never a thing. And it used to take me way longer than it takes me now. It's pretty quick. Been doing it for a really long time. And so it's not as hard, I guess, to get ready and go. I think the most like the thing now is my hair. My hair is longer than it has been in a really long time, and I don't know what to do with it. And I, haven't had the time or the money to get my hair colored, and I got some grays coming out, and there's like this whole thing, right? That happens as we get older. Or some people, actually, I heard one woman, she's like, it's a level. You're at a new level. You're leveling up in life. I was like, yeah, if you want to talk about like a video game, we're at different levels, which is kind of fun, I guess, in a way. But I'm at level 45. I will be at level 46 this summer. I am not one that I will tell you my age. I don't really care. Every time I tell somebody my age, they're like, you're lying because you're younger. And I'm like, I'm not though. And luckily, I have really great genes. I told my daughter, I'm sorry, but you probably won't look like you're getting older until you're in your 40s. She's like, oh, great. So I have that long to wait because everybody thinks she's like, everybody thinks I'm under 18. I'm like, yeah, I still, well, not anymore. It's been like within the last couple of years that I don't get carded, and I don't like I was getting carded for um medication. I'm like, really? I mean, I know they have to like put in a birth date, but still, I'm like, oh, okay. You see my child right next to me, but it's cool. Not that that matters because you can have a kid at any age, as I've already had that conversation last week. So, this concept of, I guess it's not really a concept, but it is a fact that we all get older. And we all get to this place in our life that we really, really care or we really, really don't care. I also believe, though, that as you get older, it's not as big of a deal. It's not that I don't care what people think about me. It's just that maybe I've finally gotten to a place that I'm comfortable in my own skin, or comfortable in going out without makeup, or comfortable with not worrying about it. I also know there are a lot of people that unfortunately are not able to wear makeup, or they have chosen to not wear makeup. I have a friend who unfortunately was diagnosed with breast cancer, but is now free and clear of it, and she doesn't do makeup anymore. There's a lot of chemicals in makeup, there's a lot of bad yucky stuff in it. And so you're just like dumping all of that crap into your system, which can affect your mental health. So I know I always come back to it and I always loop it in. But it can affect your physical health and it can affect your mental health. So when we talk about things that maybe you wouldn't consider to be related to mental health, I think all of it is, right? Again, mental health is our brain. We all have a brain. Our head is connected to our body. So our head should be part of our body because it is. And so, why do we differentiate physical with mental? I don't know. I just don't understand that concept, especially with healthcare. Is our head is attached to our body. They're the same exact thing and they affect each other. So why aren't we treating them like a whole body? All right, that's a whole nother soapbox too. And I know that I've had previous guests, we've talked about the concept of whole body care, head, heart, body, all the things together. But for whatever reason, the medical world still likes to keep them separate. I don't know how you chop off your head and still live. That's not a thing. So they're connected. Let's connect them. Anyways, but the concept, I guess, that I'm talking about today is this concept of confidence in a way, or the concept of wanting to feel better about yourself. And so when I talk about just makeup in general, is it something, and I'm curious, you can drop comments, you can go and leave a comment on our YouTube channel. If you search Make Mental Health Matter, you'll land on our YouTube channel, and you can make comments under these videos. You can also go to the Make Mental Health Matter Facebook page and you can drop comments there too. So if you ever want to comment or you have some thoughts about what I talk about, please go leave me comments. I love to hear from people. But it's really like, what do you feel comfortable with? How do you present yourself when you step out of the house? How do you present yourself when you're at home? Like, do you have time or make the effort to do your nails and your hair? And I know there's lots of women, well, I'm not going to just categorize this to women only. A lot of people that also do fake eyelashes. There are people that tattoo on their eyebrows or their eyeliner, or I've seen the tattoos of uh, like like freckles. I'm like, what are they called? Words are hard. Freckles, or the Marilyn Monroe, right? There's a lot of different ways that we capture the features of our face and our body. And this plays into so much of mental health because if you're not feeling good inwardly or outwardly, it's going to reflect either way, right? They talk a lot about standing up. So I sit when I do this show because I need to be close to my computer because I do the production behind the scenes. So I sit. I know a lot of people who have a whole production team, and so they stand when they do their show, right? When I'm in the studio, which we have some episodes coming up soon that will be in studio, which I'm excited to get back to studio. We sit. It just feels more comfortable, and it is kind of weird because the talking head thing, but anyways, that's a whole nother thing too. But it all depends, right? Like, what is the state? What is the energy of your body, the movement? Like, how are you standing? Are you slouching? Are you standing up straight? Are your airways constricted? Are you hunched over, right? There's so many different components of how our body and how it changes the way that we feel, the way that we present, the way that we show up, that confidence, all of these things are all looped together. And so when we talk about makeup specifically, is it something that gives you that boost of confidence? Maybe you have rosacea. I totally said that wrong, but the reddening of the skin, I know like it cosmetics are specifically designed for people who have that redness, and it's a way to be able to cover it up. There are also lots of products right on the market that help with dark circles. I found the a great concoction, I guess you could say, of or but great products. They are products, not concoction, but great products that work for me, right? That most of the time you can't tell unless I'm super, super tired. But then I've also noticed as I get older, my dark circles are actually lightening up in a way. And I have been using a product that helps with that. But I've also like I was reading something the other day about wrinkles and the fascia of your face. And oh, I know what it was. It was a pop up because we all get sucked into pop ups. You know, everything's listening. But those pop ups of like, they were doing a face yoga and they were showing how you can like manipulate the fascia of your face to be able like your cheekbones, if your cheekbones aren't very prominent anymore, or if you have a sagging neck, or if you have wrinkles, which you know, a lot of wrinkles happening up here lately. Not very happy about that. But there's ways to like be able to do different massaging techniques, like different expanding your face and opening your mouth, all different things. Yes, it was a pop up on, I think, Instagram. So, way to go. You know, those pop ups, they get me every time. But it was something that I started thinking about is like the years and years and years of wearing makeup, or the years and years and years of wearing glasses. I started wearing glasses when I was 8 years old, and it was probably the worst thing ever because that was in the 80s, and everyone thought you were a total nerd if you wore glasses. And of course, they were like the big, giant glasses. I mean, I thought they were cool at first because when I had to get them that young, I had like Mickey Mouse and different patterns. And nowadays, it's cool to have glasses. Like, I have a friend who she changes her glasses with every single outfit. It is the cutest thing. And it's so great because, like, the a few weeks ago when I saw her, she had a whole Mickey Mouse not costume, but a whole Mickey Mouse outfit on because they were about to go on a Disney cruise, and her glasses matched her whole outfit. It was just like on point. Every single time I see her, she's actually on point. I'm gonna bring her onto the show. Actually, you'll see or figure out who I'm talking about. But um, she's on point all the time. And it's that confidence thing, right? Like she has the confidence to change her glasses. She has the confidence to wear whatever it is she wants to wear. And I don't know, like I haven't ever asked her, do you care what people think about what you wear, right? I don't think it matters. And I think that's the cool part as you get older is I'm going to do what I want to do. And there's a lot of people that will talk a lot of crap. And there's a lot of people that are insecure within themselves. And that's why they talk crap, honestly. And so it's like, just let people be people and just let people be or express in whatever way they want. Like I personally love mismatchy things. I used to mismatch my socks all the time. Yeah, totally like I mean, if you're a baby of the 80s and 90s, mismatching was a cool thing. Like wearing black and white match in a way, but like polka dots with checkers or checkerboard or, like making a flannel with polka dots, right? Like they don't really go together, but it was a cool thing to do. So I think it's all about like how do we find this confidence in ourselves? How do we figure out what is it within ourselves that holds us back from maybe leaving the house because maybe our makeup isn't working that day, or maybe it's I gotta get out. I don't really care what I look like. Your hair's all over the place, right? Like, who cares? I feel like people are gonna talk no matter what. So, and this is not, don't take this as something like, this is not a quote from me, but people are gonna talk no matter what. So you might as well give them something to talk about. I've heard that before. And there was a song, right? Let's give people something to talk about. I don't know. That just popped into my head. But so this is an interesting conversation, and I'm curious what your thoughts are. But we're gonna go to our quick first sponsored break, and once we get back, I don't know, we'll see where it goes from there.
What if you could transform your mental health journey with just one question? Have you ever wondered what it would be like to prioritize your mental well-being like never before? Well, now's your chance. Introducing Make Mental Health Matter, the show that's changing the conversation about mental wellness. Join us every Monday on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Time as we delve into insightful discussions, expert advice, and inspiring stories. Hosted by Kelli Melissa Reinhardt, a warrior for mental health. This show is your guide to breaking down the stigma surrounding mental health and discovering valuable resources to enhance your well-being. So, are you ready to take charge of your mental health journey? Tune in and let's make mental health matter together.
And like that, I'm back. If you haven't been just joining the Make Mental Health Matter show, I'm your host, Kelli Melissa Reinhardt. You probably have been here before, or maybe you're new. Whichever, thank you so much for tuning in. Whether you are watching on E360 TV, YouTube, Facebook, or any of the other multiple channels that it streams to, or maybe you're listening on Dream Vision 7 Radio and any of those channels that it goes to. No matter however you are tuning in, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you jump over to our YouTube, which is Make Mental Health Matter, and go subscribe today so that you don't miss out on another episode, or just make sure you come back every single Monday. I go live at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Dream Vision 7 Radio, or you can watch on E360 TV at 5 p.m., and that is Mountain Denver time. So, I thought I'd just plug that in there just a little bit because those of you that don't watch all the way to the end, please watch. But if you don't get to the end of these, you probably don't see when I actually go live. And I've never actually thought about plugging that in here. But No matter what, I am doing a solo show today, and I'm talking about makeup versus no makeup, or doing your hair versus not doing your hair, and how that really can affect your mental health, both in a positive or or a potential negative way. Because if you are maybe younger, and I again am not going to put a gender on makeup because there are many men, there are many women, there are many genders that wear or don't wear makeup. And if you think about like rock stars back in the day, all of them like wore eyeliner. I don't know if they wore mascara, but I know for sure the eyeliner. And if you are on a TV show, really back in the day, you don't as much anymore because the cameras are so sophisticated. That is not the word that I'm trying to say. I'll come back to that one. Sophisticated. Haha. Yep, sophisticated. Um, you don't have to wear as much makeup. I learned that the hard way. So, a while or a long time ago, bright cameras facing you. Um, it was like you're in this like tunnel of light when you're going on TV. So you had to wear really heavy makeup. Otherwise, the cameras like were drowning out and you just looked pale white. Nowadays, with the technology and being how good it is, they like don't even need really they don't need the lights anymore. The overhead lights are perfectly fine. So the first time I actually went in studio on a actual TV show that wasn't virtual, I wore so much makeup. So I had like bright red blush, and then I had red lips, and my hair, like everything was done up. And I watched the episode back and I was like, oh goodness gracious, that lady looks like a painted lady. Way too much makeup. So then the next time I went on, I was like, okay, well, I don't need to wear that much makeup. I'm gonna go with a little bit lighter blush. I still felt like I had too much makeup on. So I've learned over time to like use a lighter blush. Also possibly not red lipstick, but depending. And otherwise, it's so like it just looks really, really super heavy. And then on TV, because the cameras are so good now, that it picks up all of the little features. I'm still trying to perfect that. And it's been fun to be able to have some friends that are now in media. So we, or myself and a couple other people, we've been on Colorado and Company, which is a morning show several times. And my new bestie Tori, she is the host and just an amazing, beautiful person. And I love watching like the different outfits that she puts on and the way that she does her hair. And then, I mean, paying attention to makeup, like she doesn't wear a ton of makeup, which is like, I feel like such a new thing in today's media. But it kind of like now we're shifting, right? So the technology has gotten better. You don't have to have those bright lights that drowned you out. I still know theater, and I think that's maybe where my background, a little bit of it came from, was when I was in high school. I was, well, middle school, high school. Yeah, I was like middle school, which was in the 90s. Theater, bright lights. You had to cake on the makeup. I mean, it like thick, thick makeup. It's like wearing Halloween paint, pretty much. Thick, thick makeup. And then being a makeup artist later in life, I was in front of the camera because of the technology back in the day. Again, a thick layer of makeup, doing the fake eyelashes, making sure that, like, all of it is put together. You have to have the lifts, otherwise it drowns you out. There's so many things to it. And so I think over time, that's how I learned to do my makeup. And I talked about earlier how it doesn't take as long now because I used to do other people's makeup and now doing my own. And I always have people, they're like, how do you do your makeup so well? And blah, blah. And it's just little pieces that you learn over time, especially doing boudoir photography and makeup for those pictures. And so it's, one of these things that you either do or you don't. Maybe you had a situation where now you're like, I don't, like I was talking about my friend earlier who had cancer, not putting that in her body. She looks great, right? Yes, as we get older, our face tends to sag. Yes, as we get older, we tend to get more lines. I think that's because kids, I'm just saying. Um, or mean face. Maybe I do mean face too often now. I need to smile more. Or it's staring at a computer, right? Like droop. I can't even look at myself when I do that, but the droopy face of like, what am I looking at? What am I looking at? There's so many different factors that go into what our face does. And if you're anything like me, my face does funny things every now and again, and I can't control it. I'm sorry, I just can't control it. So, might as well put some makeup on so that you're not staring at whatever's happening on my face. All right. So, those of you that want to chime in, again, go to YouTube, go to our Facebook page. Let me know, what are your thoughts around to make up or not to make up? And why do you just feel like, you go one way or the other? Or maybe you're like, when I feel like doing it, I will. Or I don't even know how to do my own makeup. Or you're like, yeah, I wear it every single day. Some women wear it to bed. Like if you watch any of those reality shows, I'm like, do you people sleep in your makeup? Because that's really bad for your face, by the way. Okay, that's the mom talking. But you got to take it off. You got to take it off. Take off all the chemicals and let your body just replenish at night. Take it off. And if you are somebody that so my brain just also went to like the Jersey Shore. They talked about like gym tan laundry, if that's the right way. But tanning all the time, making sure that your body is darker than it is. I half the year kind of look like a ghost. Live in Colorado, but we have a lot of sunshine here. Don't tell anybody. It's our little secret. But we do. We have a ton of sunshine here, especially this year. I mean, today it's like, I mean, or this week really has been in the upper 70s, close to 80s, which is bonkers for Colorado in March. So, yeah, there's these times of the year that it's so much nicer than it has been in years. We need some rain. Rain gods, we need some rain. Or, I mean, we really need snow, but I don't like snow. But we need it because otherwise we're gonna have so much fire danger. Danger. So that's like a whole other conversation too. But it also goes into like talking about your face and talking about your body and hydrating and making sure that you are giving your body time to heal. So, that was like really what I was thinking about talking about today. There are times that if you go back, even in all of my shows, you'll notice my hair's done, my makeup's done. I have not yet done a show that I don't have makeup on. I actually contemplated doing a show without makeup, but my camera will actually make me look like I am super white and drowned out. Even right now, if I look at my face, it's pretty white, but I do have blush and everything on. I even have a little bit of chapstick on my lips, but you can't really tell because I have a bright light coming in on me, natural lighting. And so that all depends too, right? Where are you? What are you doing? Are you gonna wear sunglasses? Do you have a lot of acne? What are those things that make you insecure? And I even the other day, so my kid last week, he he had a little incident on a trampoline. It's not funny, but it is kind of funny. Just because we keep telling him when people ask what happens, just say, you should see the other guy. And then when they're like, oh, you got in a fight, be like, yeah, with a trampoline, and the trampoline won. But he hit his eye on the springs of the trampoline trying to do a front flip, and he was wearing fuzzy socks, like sleeping fuzzy socks, not like the fuzzy grippy socks, which that's what you should actually wear on a trampoline, not just fuzzy socks. And he was trying to do a flip and fell and then slid and caught the springs on the trampoline. Again, going back to Colorado, it's really warm right now. We don't normally have this warm of temperatures that kids are jumping on trampolines in March. And so, yeah, it totally like got his eyelid. And the other day or last week, he had cap and gown pictures going from fifth grade to sixth grade. They do all that stuff now. And he's like, I could have put some like makeup on it because we're like, well, maybe they'll take the pictures and kind of turn you sideways, so that it blocks the eye that's got the cut on it, and it's all black and blue now at this point. Like it's pretty heavy black and blue, because it was about a week-ish after he had fallen. And nope, he's like, nope, they had me look straight in the camera, so full face. And we even said, he's like, I could have put some like makeup on it or something. And I was like, I mean, we could have, but yeah, it's just gonna be a really great story when he gets older. Parents, you know what I'm talking about. You keep all those photos and you keep all those that bank of memories of those things that you can tell their kids when they get older. It's so much fun. But yeah, it'll be a fun story. And we can send those pictures out to all the grandparents and be like, here's a great graduation picture with all black and blue eye. So there are good uses for makeup. There are also good stories that come with not wearing makeup. So food for thought, makeup for thought. I don't know. I'm gonna go to my quick last sponsored break, and once we get back from that, I don't know. We'll see where we go.
Have you ever felt completely alone?
Like your life doesn't matter.
One person dies due to suicide every 40 seconds.
You are not alone. Call the National Suicide Lifeline at 988.
Hope and recovery is possible.
1 in 8 people globally live with a mental disorder.
That's why empowering minds saves lives.
We need your help.
With only $19 a month, you help us save lives through mental health and suicide prevention education.
Scan the QR code or go to makementalhealthmatter.org to sign up as a warrior for mental health today.
And like that, I'm back. I forgot to click mute. I went to a new dynamic scene because the other dynamic scene keeps pulling in a whole bunch of people. So I don't know which one do we like better. Let's see. I think I like this one better. Yep. All right. Thanks for tuning back into the Make Mental Health Matter show. Whether you are watching or listening, if you're just tuning in right now, make sure you go watch the beginning of this. I don't know if you're going to get any useful information out of it, but today I was talking about to make up or not to make up, actual makeup on your face, not like making up with anybody. Yeah, anyways. But I kind of went on this whole tangent, and I think the part about it is this confidence piece. So, again, as we get older, I mean, there's some people that age so well. I mean, their skin looks beautiful. If you think about, so Jennifer Aniston, she is one that pops out in my head, and she always looks like she doesn't really have much makeup on. She also doesn't have a ton of like Botox and fillers, and or it doesn't appear that she does. She also doesn't look like she's had a lot of reconstructive surgery, face surgery, whatever you want to call it. And then you look at other celebrities that you're like, oh dang, lay off the Botox and lay off the surgeries, because now your whole face structure is changing and it's not very pretty. I'm sorry, it's just not that pretty. Like big giant duck lips, I don't get it. I don't get it. I am pretty minimalist, sort of, right? Like I still like to look good, but I also am like of that mindset, like tomboy. I like riding dirt bikes. I like those type of things, right? I'd rather go to a sporting event than um a spa. I mean, I love spas too, but actually, I don't know if I've ever been to an actual spa. Meh. Anyways, I'm sure I have. But I would really rather like go, do those things. That's just me. That's my personality. I used to, back in high school, I wore really big baggy clothes. I was like not even 100 pounds soaking wet. I was really little, really skinny, and wore these giant clothes. I mean, back in that day, Jankos, which are now coming or have come back, they were like the size of two of me. Like I could fit two of me in the bottom of them. And I used to wear those all the time. Big baggy shirts. And I didn't feel comfortable in my body, even though I was skinny, skinny, skinny. And so I wore these big clothes that would cover everything. As I talked about last episode, I got pregnant when I was 16. And so everything changed. Well, when I was 15, and then I had my daughter when I was 16. And everything changed. My body, everything changed. And from there, it was like, I kind of shifted in more, I guess, to that female energy. I still believe that we have both masculine and feminine energy in both all genders. If you identify as a different gender, I think we still have both energies. We have that masculine and that feminine energy, and we can really lean into those energies at any point in time. Some words, I guess, that pop into my head if we think about those energies. So maybe somebody's talking about a female and they're saying like she's the boss, or she wears the pants, or she is the man, right, of the relationship. If you hear those words or phrases, that's more tapping into that masculine energy. That is a female tapping into the masculine energy. On the flip side, if we're talking about a girly girl, or I'm trying to think of all the words that, but you probably get the idea what I'm talking about, is they have more of that feminine energy that they really tap into. And feminine energy is really, really powerful. We talk about masculine energy as being more grounded, more, well, I don't know, right? Like masculine, if we think about how society looks at masculine energy, We think of it as being stronger, more grounded, more like Hulk, I guess you could say. I don't know, that's where my head went. But if you think about like it's a powerful energy, I guess, in a way. And then you have the feminine energy, which is more when we're talking about makeup or we're talking about like doing our hair, like that confidence, the um not wanting to get dirty, right? Clean energy. um, but if those energies are very different and we can tap into them at any point in time, and I think that that's important to understand, especially as we talk about confidence and we talk about how we want to present ourselves, how we do present ourselves, and also just I mean, everybody in this world, we have both of those energies. So you may be that girly girl, or you may be that tomboy like myself, or whatever it is, right? Like, but I can tap into both of those energies. And the same goes for any of the masculine or males out there. They have feminine and masculine energies within themselves too. If you think about, so the guys that like the rugged guys, the blue collar, the laborers, right? Like we think of even my voice got like lower and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a manly man. Um those guys, right? Like we're like, oh, they're like rugged and they're hardcore and blah, right? And then you think about the males that do desk jobs that I've often heard like you can tell what a man does by looking at their hands, right? Like they have soft, like sensual hands. You can tell that they probably work at a computer, not on a car. Um, it's like those different type of energies. And what do we do as humans? We're pretty judgy. We judge somebody based off of their hands and what they do for work, but then we also like want to be like some other people, right? Like maybe you are a laborer or that blue collar that you really want to tap into more of the influencer or the trying to think like executive, the C-suite, the CEOs, the ones that are not doing the like hardcore in the trenches work, right? The same goes on the female side, and it's really like those girly girls that are always pretty, they're always done up, they always have like the best hair, they have the best nails, they have the best makeup, they have the best dress, right? You're like, dang, okay, do you know my brain? My brain goes to, dang, how long does it take you to get ready in the morning? That's where my brain goes. And I'm like, it does not take me that long. Like, I perfected the mommy shower. Like, you get in, you wash your body, you wash your hair, you get out. You don't need to sit there for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, right? Like, you get in, you wash, you get out. Yes, I'm clean. I did the same thing that you did. Just because I didn't stand in the water doesn't mean I'm any less clean. So, yeah. And then I reflect on like I can if I absolutely have to, I could get ready in like 15-20 minutes. On average, it takes me about an hour, but I also have these squirrel moments that I'm like looking at my phone or I'm checking email or I'm just like standing there and like, what the heck am I doing right now? I have those moments, and those moments will come as you get older. You're like, wait, oh, right, I'm getting ready. Oh, right, I need to pay attention. So that's sometimes why it takes me a lot longer. But normally it's pretty quick in and out. I could get ready in as short as like 10-15 minutes. Again, super quick shower, in, wash body, get out, dry off, do the thing, leave. Because that would be one of those days that I choose not to wear makeup. And it's like in, out, done, let's go. Usually the thing that takes me the longest is figuring out what I'm going to wear. I'm sure some of you are the same way. Or maybe you're somebody that you wear the same thing every single day or close to the same thing every single day. Good. That makes it even shorter, right? But figuring out what I'm going to wear usually takes me the longest out of everything. I don't know why, but it does. So there's those moments, right? Like we have all these choices in our life of how we want to be as the human that we are, how we want to present ourselves, how we choose to make ourselves feel confident, how we choose to step out into the world, how we choose to get up every single day and do the routine that we do. We have choice. And that I think is the most beautiful part of being a human. And as you get older, you get more choices, right? Like when you're younger, it's like your parents have all the choices over you. And you're like my kid who didn't want to go to school. I'm like, I'm sorry, you have to go to school. You've already missed too much school because you've been sick. He can't help that, right? But also, sorry, dude, like unless you're like really, really sick, you have to go to school because otherwise the schools get mad and all these things, right? There's not a lot of choice, not a lot of freedoms, not a lot of things that the kids get to choose. But when they get a choice, right, they take full advantage of those choices. But that's how it is. When we're little, we need help. When we're big, sometimes, a lot of times, we still need help, but not as much if we're talking really about confidence and the energy that we want to tap into, right? Like I, every single day, have that choice. Either I'm going to wear makeup or I'm not going to wear makeup. I'm going to do my hair or I'm not going to do my hair. I am going to get my work done or I'm not going to get my work done. As the boss and the CEO, I get to make that choice. Sometimes I choose a great choice and I get a ton done in that day. Sometimes I make a bad choice and at the end of the day, I'm like, what in the heck did I do today? Like, did I actually get anything done? And then I end up working later, and that's not even helpful, right? So, as we step into, and if you are a CEO or you're the boss, you get to make those choices. If you are an employee, you don't often get to make those choices because it's kind of like school. If you don't show up to school, they're going to kick you out. If you don't show up to your work, they're going to fire you, right? There's not a lot of choice behind your employment status if you're not making an effort, but you have a choice to make an effort behind that. You also have the choice to enjoy it or not to enjoy it, right? The same, I think, goes for that confidence of, hey, I'm gonna be confident no matter what I look like. And people might judge me and people might say things behind my back, but I have the choice to decide how that's going to affect me. And I think that's the overarching everything that I'm kind of bringing up today is that we have the choice to judge people. We have the choice to judge ourselves. We have the choice of, I keep moving my glasses, the choice of the glasses that we wear every day. We have the choice of looking at ourselves as the human that we are and making the decision how we're going to get ready in the morning. Or maybe not get ready, right? Like those of you that are out there that are struggling, you're like, I can't even get myself out of bed. I can't get myself to even go take a shower. I am struggling just to move. I see you. I feel you. I don't know if I've necessarily fully been there before because I feel like there's always been somebody that has relied on me that I can't just lay in bed all day. But I have experienced migraines. Everything seemed to happen around 8 years old, but I started experiencing migraines when I was 8 years old. Maybe that eye thing correlated. But yeah, well, let's see. 8 years old, yep, migraines. And then I got my glasses third grade. So that would have put me 5, 6, 7, 7, 8. Yeah, interesting. All right, I just made a connection, a long, long time ago. But yeah, I would even to today, I can't function when I have migraines. I have to lay down. There are a few times that I can take some medication and I just power through because that's what I have to do. But generally, when I get them, they just knock me out, and I can't power through. So that's one of those choices, again, that I if I want to feel sick, I stay awake. If I don't want to feel sick, then I go to sleep for a little while. But there are the people that's a daily occurrence, and I understand that. And so I think the whole thing that I'm really talking about, like makeup, yes, it is. It's kind of funny to talk about it, but it's also not very funny if you really tap in and consider those people that struggle just on a daily basis. So I invite you, if you are somebody that is having those experiences, because I don't believe that it defines you and it doesn't have to be the choice that you make every day. Do 1 to 2 small things every single day that gives you a little more choice. Maybe the choice is, instead of always staying on your right side, you roll to your left side. Maybe the choice to get out of bed and walk around your bedroom. Maybe the choice is to get up and walk, if you have stairs, walk downstairs or upstairs, wherever you happen to be. Maybe the choice is to go outside and breathe in some of the air, depending on where you live. Maybe it's not the best air, but if you have a place that you can go get some fresh air, that's always good. It's great for your mental health. It's great for your brain. It's a great choice to make. Maybe just brushing your teeth is something that you need to do, or taking a shower. Make one small choice every single day. And as you start to stack these up, and as you start to add maybe a couple more here or a couple more there, it's going to retrain your brain so that you're shifting more into that positive space versus staying in that depressive state, or that challenge state, if you want to call it that. So I get it. I understand that we're not all in the same place as others, but I hope that this was helpful, just to try to open up your eyes, open up your experience, talk about some of those fun things, but also talk about the serious things. And if you have any like comments, you're like, oh, I gotta tell her about the makeup thing, or I gotta tell her about the choices that I make, or maybe you're somebody who's like, I need some help. Drop us a comment, drop me a comment, go to the Make Mental Health Matter YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, like, share, and or just drop a comment. Let me know, like, what do you need? What would be helpful for you to hear? And I have some cool guests coming up. They're just all taking a really long time to get booked on my calendar. So if you are somebody who like, I want to tell my story, pick me, reach out too, and we'll get you set up on the show. But you got to do it sooner than later, because I think people are probably going to get bored with just me talking all the time. Hopefully you're not, because you keep tuning in. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. And make sure you come back. I go live every single Monday at 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. Mountain Denver time on Dream Vision 7 Radio, or you can watch on E360 TV at 5 p.m. Mountain Denver time every single Monday. No matter what, I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.
Thank you for joining today for the Make Mental Health Matter show. We hope you found today's episode insightful and empowering. Remember, your mental health journey doesn't end here. For more resources, support, and information, visit us online at makementalhealthmatter.org. You won't forget to subscribe to our show or follow us on social media to stay connected and continue the conversation, will you? That's right. Together, let's make mental health matter. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.